Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream here with your favorite Captain J Pro. And today I'm going to be showcasing you exactly everything that I go through, the entire process when it comes to setting up a stream. It's quite a little bit of a process, so just bear with me. First thing to do is make sure my Navigraph SOS data is still up to date. I don't think I have actually updated to the new Eric cycle yet. As you can see, let's just quickly do my arrow mappings. Yeah, making sure I've got everything. Hi Angel, hey Engage, welcome to the stream. Always happy to see familiar faces. Okay. Save. Let's just update everything because, yeah. So while the updates are running, okay, we can say update. Okay, and while that is starting, we are gonna go and go to my Star Alliance Virtual. This is the virtual airline that I fly for, as you can see in my profile. All the flights and stuff I've done. Usually if I'm not sure what I want to fly, then I come on here, I check what routes are available. But for tonight, I know specifically what I want to do. There's a reason I want to do this specific flight. We'll get it's a little short flight. We'll have ATC, or at least one ATC, with us tonight. We'll be flying from Malta to Eleftherios Venizelos Airport, flying as Aegean Airlines Flight 731. What I usually do is I jump seat and I book flights. Flight we're gonna fly is the Airbus A320. Now the livery I have for the Airbus A320 is the, just make sure, hold on here for a second, a quick second. Just want to make sure. Liveries SXDVS. We can request an aircraft relocation. We type in SXDVS. It's not necessary. However, I like to fly with as realistic as possible. So if that is a, hey, Ro. Oh, awesome, dude. If we can make it now early enough tomorrow, just after 0900 Zulu, I can actually join you in for that flight. The reason why I choose the specific tail number is because I like that if my livery fits in with the aircraft itself, with the flight plan of booked aircraft. So let's go to SimBrief. We're going to generate a flight briefing. I'm going to be logging using Navigraph because I have a Navigraph subscription. Fortunately, you can't see my password. Okay, so there you can see we've got Aegean Airlines Flight 731 with the Airbus A320. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this window to the side for a second. Next step is I open my Navigraph charts. This is now everything that happens behind the scenes. So I can go to flights, new flight, LMML to LGAV, and there we have it. It's going to be mostly over the water, which is cool. Now, according to SimBrief, we will be taking off on runway 31. So I'll select on the runways 31. And we'll see what kind of departures we have here. We'll be taking the Lord 2 Delta departure. Yeah. This is going to be our departure. And our arrival will be, or approach, will be to runway 03 right. Actually, arrivals 03 right. And let's see. Enemy 2 Charlie seems to be a good option for this flight. So let's do this, and then let's see what our approaches we have for 03 right. This one seems interesting. It's a little bit of a green there, so we can actually look at the, if we just show our waypoint, DDM. So let's see if we can do the ILSY approach to runway 03. Right, using DDM. There you go. Now, for those who don't know what ILS is, it's the localizer. Basically, the ILS is there to tell you if you, basically the ILS is there to guide you to the runway threshold in terms of your lateral and vertical position. So the plane will tell you if you're a little bit left or a little bit right of where you're supposed to be. Or a little bit high or a little bit low. So we want low red, we want to add that as a waypoint. And suddenly you see the route through a line. Okay, from Lorette we can look at LMML. We can add it after Lorette. Then we can go to let's see what we got. Let's go to Rotom. Yeah. I think let's jump directly from there to Rotom. There you go. And from Rotom we can go to an SE. Follow that airway there. There is a ARA VOR, and from there we'll fly to Nemesis. And there you go. We've got no weird little patterns and stuff like that going on, so I'd say this is basically done. Yeah. I'm going to select type group. I'm going to copy. And there you go. From there, we will paste the route in here, analyze, and you see our route is valid for our current air cycle, which is 2203. Third month of the year 2022. That's how it is. We can go to top, generate a flight. Yes, please. Yeah, Ro, if you keen on joining your voice channel, hold on, I'll give you its Hinkel. Okay, well, now that that's done, we can print a view PDF. This is what we call a briefing package. 78 pages for this flight alone. You can see we've got a couple of flight steps, which I don't really care about right now. It gives us our cost index. Actually, that was wrong. we should just quickly edit the flight, because I use the current time. I usually fly with the cost index of 15 for the Airbus and the cost index of 30 for the Boeing, which is the recommended cost indexes for There we go. Our planned departure time will be about a little less than an hour from now. Basically, cost index tells the plane exactly how hard you want it to fly. The higher the cost index, the more powerful it flies, but the more fuel it uses. Cost index of 15 obviously is a little bit more fuel efficient than a cost index of 30. However, if you fly at, let's say, a cost index of 200, you fly the plane to within its absolute limits when it comes to its speed. But in return, obviously, you gain a lot more speed, but you burn a lot more fuel. So I usually prefer to fly what the airline tells me to fly. To save myself time setting up the entire flight in the plane itself, I usually download the flight planner. I'm going to save the link as. Then we're going to go to. Let's go to objects. Go down to explain aircraft. FlightFactor A320. I think it's under data. Yeah. Yep, we can replace that. There you go. Now that being said and done, the new cost index set, we can print view PDF. Once again, we can look at our, we'll be cruising at flight level 300, which is about 30,000 feet above sea level. We're looking at a cost index of 15. That's good. The ground distance is 533 nautical miles. Air distance is 517 miles. The average wind will be 305 degrees at 29 knots. Average wind chill, believe it or not, is 12 degrees Celsius. The average ISA, which is international standards, is -5. Average fuel flow kilograms per hour is about 2 tons an hour that this thing burns. As you can see, we have our route planned out there. Here we have a total, we have 149 passengers for this flight, as well as 5.4 tons of cargo. The total payload is passengers with cargo and everything on board is about 17.2 tons. Add to zero fuel weight, 61 tons. Together with your we'll be putting in 8.8 tons. So our total takeoff weight should be close to about 69 tons. With a landing weight of about 66 tons, which is not too bad. Here we've got a couple of, here we got our waypoints that we're planned on. It gives you your coordinates northeast. It gives you the recommended altitude and my estimated time of arrival at that specific waypoint. You see, you get your true airspeed indication as well as your ground speed indication, more or less estimates. It tells you what your estimated fuel on board at that part would be. At that specific waypoint, you'll see these numbers decrease as you go along. Further down the package, which I'm not really going to bother right now, here you can see a more detailed wind information for your specific flight level you're going to do. For example, we'll be flying at 30,000 feet. So we know that at Ernam, the flight wind is about 310 degrees at about 46 knots with an average wind chill of -50. Outside the air temperature of -50, which is extremely cold. Here you can see there's no tropical cyclone segments, no air mats, no segments, no volcanic ash segments. You can see here the time the weather has been set. Cloud cover few at 2,500 feet. wind 300 at 12, visibility more than 10, cloud cover is few at 2500. Yeah, QNH is 1012, no significant changes predicted. For our destination, the wind is 020 at 8 knots, visibility more than 10, cloud cover is scattered at about 1200 feet. Few scattered about 2000 feet. QNH 1009 with no significant changes predicted. Okay, so with that all said, now we can close this. We can just check what the FM is. Okay, the data has been updated. That's fine. That's perfect. So now we have our briefing package. We have, okay, we can go to file on Pascal. I've already updated the times that we will be departing. We can just log in. Now this is one of my favorite parts, because SimBrief, which I've been using to create these briefing packages that I love to use, actually fills in your flight plan for you. You can see it's got your route, it's got your departure time, date of flight time, which is 1900 Zulu, which is 9 o'clock, which is about 50 minutes from now. Our cruising speed will be about 431 knots, which is quite fast. Flight level 300 or 30,000 feet. We got our aircraft identification. One aircraft in this flight is an Airbus A320. The destination aerodrome will be LGAV. Estimated en route time will be 1 hour and 22 minutes. And yeah, it's just additional info that you need. So what we'll do is say submit. And there you go. The flight plan is pending activation. Now what is going to happen is the guy who's signing in as ATC at Malta will actually see the flight plan appear on his list. Basically, let me show you this. Just go to Foxconn. Gonna quickly load. For those who don't know, Foxconn is an next generation online flight sim platform, kind of like the legacy platforms that Sim and Iveo. Of course, obviously, you've got more up-to-date, faster server reload speeds, and everything is just so much better. So this is the live map. Okay, when I spawn in, it's gonna be there. It's actually, there you go. You see, there's our flight. Aegon Airlines flight 731, which will be departing at about 48 minutes from now. It's actually Malta Control, which will be online from about 17 minutes from now, until about half an hour after we depart. So there you can see it. It's awesome. This is what Pascal is all about. And here you can see our destination. You can see our arrivals will be Aegon Airlines. Estimated time of arrival will be about 20 past 10 tonight for me. My local time. But there's no ATC booked for that time, so we'll just be flying in ourselves. That's fine. That's why I set up the flight plan by myself. You can actually see a couple of guys. This is Jose Manuel B. He's a streamer, I believe. No. And now there you can see his flights. This is Nicholas from DL with flying what's I believe a Lufthansa flight 2662 all the way from Munich Then if you start, you can see there's his flight, there's his route is gonna fly. And some of these guys, me included, have flown international, and by international I mean across the pond. Hichu is currently flying. Next to be general aviation, 173 knots, 3,000 feet above sea level. Yeah. Scorpion 1202, which is basically BFR. So this is what we can see on Pascal's lifeline. I'm just quickly going to turn off my camera here for a second. Just a quick second. 5 minutes at most. Yeah, so basically when he comes online, he's going to show you everything. Obviously, well. I'm going to launch our Active Sky, which is my weather injecting system. I use it to inject my weather into X-plane so I have more accurate weather depiction. I like to fly real time. I like to fly with real, obviously it's recommended to fly. Sorry about that. That's just Active Sky loading up, as you can see. I actually want to replace the default textures with a Active Sky textures. There you go, finish. What we can do so long is type in LMML in the station. There you go. Oh, wind temperature is 14 degrees Celsius, the dew point of 10, with surface winds 300 at 12 degrees. Visibility more than 10, no precipitation, QNH 1012. That's exactly what I told you about, and that's exactly what a briefing package said as well. If you can remember, we read through the briefing package. Okay, so with that being said and done, we can actually open up as a course, which the virtual airline uses to track our flights. We might actually take off a bit earlier than planned. We'll see. Go to Starlines Virtual, logging us in. And there you see it. Aegean Airlines Flight 731 from Malta to Eleftherios, Venizelos. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. That's just how I pronounce it. Anyhow, scheduled flight time about an hour and 35 minutes, which is not that bad. So with all that said, we can actually open up the Postcon launcher. And when Postcon is while Postcon is open, I can push the talk button. It's working as it's evidenced there by the red light appearing. You can go ahead and open up Explain. So what you've just seen is what I do behind the scenes, you know, starting everything up, getting everything ready and whatnot. You'll see more as we go along now. We got a new flight. We got a FlightFactor A320 Ultimate sporting the Aegean Airlines livery. Our departure airport is LMML, which is Lucca Airport. We talked about apron 9, so we'll take apron 9, gate R1. Let's check if there's no gates allocated for us, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll go apron 1. Let's take what's this one? R12. Good. We're going to track, I don't want to track real world time because it's too late. Let's set it for more or less midday, we say. Midday flight, just before 12. For weather, load custom META. And from that, we just go here. This is how Active Sky injects the weather, is through this. Done. Now we can say start flight. While that is loading up, like I said, this is everything that I go through prior to usually starting a stream. Dankie ouma. Dankie ouma. Gena. Kom maar nou lê. The grandma just bought me a hot water bottle. There's a little and a cup of hot chocolate. Love myself some hot chocolate. Anyhow, currently what you don't see is the progress bar at the bottom. It is loading. Explain does take a little while to load. Oh yeah, you can actually let's just quickly open up in overlay, because this is where how I usually display the info for you guys. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so our route. To get the route, I just open up the map again. Type route. Copy. Cancel. We can minimize that for now, and we take it in there. Airline obviously is Aegean Airlines. We'll just check what is the ICAO code. It should be there. Oops, wrong one. There you go. It's AEE 731. AEE 731. Oh, AEE. And this is 731. Our cruising altitude will be 30,000 feet. Maximum speed we said was 431, so I'm going to put it as 450. And the aircraft we're flying is the A320. Now, as I was changing these, you would notice on the stream, all the info changed on the overlay. So, this is it. Here's the Airbus A320 airplane. Now, we need to get this plane set up. First, we turn on the batteries. Turn on the master switch. And usually I turn on just my nav light, logo light. The reason you turn on the nav lights and logo lights is these lights at the very tip of your wings. Like right there. Will light up as soon as your APU is started. And you know, basically as soon as your APU is started, you turn on the APU power, you will see these lights glow up. The APU is starting, that's good. There you see, APU is available. We can turn on the APU chain. There you go. Plane is coming alive. And that's what I told you. Look at the very tip of a wing. You see there's a red light glowing there. And there is a green light glowing there. The reason you do that is to tell people, listen, there is someone in the plane. almost signs. We're talking about time. There you go. Turn on our dish. There we go. They are aligning. And time of alignment. I can't remember where to check that. There you go. 7 minutes. So while that is happening, we can go down to our FMS. We can press init. I believe it's our LMML LGAV 01. Okay, whatever. Let's do this. It will pull it on by itself. LMML slash LGAV, and you go. If we put it in there you go. You see, we can just say insert. Back to our flight plan, our flight briefing. AEE 0731. You can align on the reference. Confirm the line, return. Wind triple, we can request the wind. There we go. You can see the wind already gave us more or less everything we want. So what we're going to do now is flight plan. We click on LMML, our departure. We said we will be taking off runway 31. And if we check our briefing package, you said we'll be taking off using the loaded to Delta departure. So there we go. It's a temporary, there you go. LGAV, we said we will use the ILSY approach into 03 right. ILSY 03 right using the MS2 Charlie approach. There's an M2 Charlie approach, and our little point of reference is it Nemes or Arra? I'm not sure. Okay. That's why I always keep the Navigraph charts open so we can always see. DDM. I don't see any via. No. No via. We can just delete that. We'll just quickly make sure. It is the ILAs. No transition. We can just click on the clear button. And there you go. We can just make sure by going to our plan mode and back up to let's see, we've got our departure. Perfect. That's all there is to it. Okay, so we're gonna go to Postcon as well now. Wait, where the hell's my Postcon? Are you for real, dude? Hold on, let me just check something. Oh no. Well, this sucks. Oh. Well, this sucks. I completely and utterly forgot to install the Postcon client. What? Dude. How could I have made such a rookie mistake? Like, seriously? Are you for real? No way, dude. Let's call a fuel truck. Okay. I guess we'll have to do this flight offline. The total fuel will be 8.8 kilograms, or 8.8 tons. So you see old tanks? I'm going to change that to 8,800. And call passenger trucks. There we go, we've got a total of 149 passengers. Or full in this case. Cargo, we said we were going to carry 5.4 tons, 5,400 kilograms. So we can call the loaders. Set this to 5,400. There we go. Our performance data, it's been, wow, it's 66. Okay, let's go to performance. Okay, so we've got GPS property as well, we've got flight plan. Wakeboarding. Oh, flex takeoff. We're gonna do a PHS. That's 1 up 0.8. We can set take off, flex take off 22 to 66. I believe. Ah, more or less. Okay. Oh, whatever. Actually, let's just leave this blank. I can't believe I completely forgot. Install Larry Custom. Why? How could I forget that? Seriously, how? Remove all these loading stuff. Service vehicles and whatnot. The plane is basically set up. I'm so mad at myself right now. Like seriously. What on earth possessed me to completely and utterly forget we're taking off runway 31 this way. So we're going to do is you better push back, pre-plan will push back. Pushing back will push tail left.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Damn it. Okay, and now the plane is basically in a state where you usually will see my streams. The plane loaded up, the flight plan ready. This is how you will usually find me. You know, this is where you will get me that. Hi everyone, welcome. Today we are doing a flight from let's do that and that and that. You know, I kind of listen to this is a flight plan, this is how we're gonna go about it, and you know, etc, etc, etc. And you know, I take you through the flight plan list, through the leg, and that's about it. I'll be cruising at 30,000 feet. Just want to make sure that it's set on the altimeter. Up to MCP for Boeing. I'm not sure what they call it, the Airbus. Seatbelts can go to R2, no smoker signs can go to R2. Set the dome light to dim, just in case there's not a couple of clouds. Quickly running through my flows, everything's looking good, everything's looking hunky-dory. Yeah, everything seems okay. It's just about ready to go. Just want to move a little bit backwards. Nope, gone. I'm just looking just a little bit down, so I will go an eye on my instruments. Okay, but like I said, you can see we're ready to go. And without further ado, we'll just do a better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I still can't believe I completely and utterly forgot to install my Postcon library. Here comes our tug. This stands for, I don't know, 36. Oh no, 366524, something like that. I'm actually mad at myself right now, you know that.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
While the tow is doing what it's doing, we can turn on our beacon light. If you're not sure what a beacon light is, you'll see at the bottom and top of the plane you've got a little red flashing light. Right there and right there. Those are my beacons.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so we can release parking brake. Let's see.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So as we're starting to push back, there we go, we're starting to push and move. We can turn on our start valves, open up the APU bleed, and we can flip the engine start switch number 2. The valve should open up. Turn off the back. I think oh, there we go, there we go, like that, and we have officially started spinning. Yeah, we're about to take off, PPK. Welcome to the stream on Twitch. We are about to take off. We'll be taking off from Malta. Oops, normal. We can turn on the. Just turn on the bridge. It's fine, and the packs. It's also fine. It's automatic. This is a Airbus, not a Boeing. Okay, so engine 1 is started. We can start. We can start up engine number 1. And there we go.
Operation
Complete. Set parking brake. Park brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
So let's connect.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Waiting for him to get out, and he's showing us the pin. There you go, all good. Taxi lights can come on. That's, we can get going. While that is going on, we can quickly run our... What's up with the speed brake? Huh. So while that is going on, we can do a quick flight control check. We've got full left, neutral, full right, neutral, pull up, neutral, pull down, neutral, right of full left, neutral, pull right, neutral. There we go. Just have a little bit of something there for these engines to just do something. Go. Auto brake is set to max. Spoilers armed. Flaps to takeoff configuration.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Approaching 3-1. On runway 13, 3,200 feet remaining.
Started, we can turn off the APU. Now we can turn off the APU bleed, so this switches back to auto, this one back to auto. Good, everything is on, the plane is getting set up for takeoff. We're doing a toga takeoff, meaning we'll be taking off with maximum thrust. I hope today I'll manage to land the A320 like the A320 is meant to be landed.
Approaching 3-1.
Okay. Oops, there were a bunch of bar lights. I don't care a damn. I'm not supposed to be here.
On runway 3-1.
Okay. I just hold brakes for now. Turn them off. You said there's the take off. Turn on the landing lights. Turn on our wing lights. Gonna bring us up to 40%. We can leave the brakes.
low, terrain.
Wraps up. En door officieel op. Everything's looking good though. Everything's looking good so far. Everything's looking good so far. A bit of a crosswind component going from the left. But it's fine. Putting a nice steady climb, as you can see. Anyway guys, so any of you watching on YouTube and Twitch, welcome. We'll do that later. Now we have to go to the we'll go to my let's go here. Flight plan. Just cancel the flight plan. Well, since no one is bothering to watch, I'm just continuing the stream. If you were watching this